ever found yourself holding onto something long after it's over? A thought, a regret, or maybe even a passing moment. What if there's a way to release that weight and move forward with peace? Welcome back to the Motivation Zone at Freedom. Today, we're uncovering the wisdom of an ancient Zen story about two monks and a woman at the edge of a river. This simple tale carries a powerful message on letting go, something we all struggle with at times. As we explore this encounter, the elder monk's words will challenge how we think about the burdens we continue to carry. So, stick with me as we dive into this profound lesson and learn how to free ourselves from the past. Two monks, one elder and one younger, were traveling together as part of their spiritual journey. Both had taken vows to live disciplined lives, rooted in simplicity, humility, and a commitment to avoid worldly attachments. They followed a strict monastic code, which guided their every action. For the younger monk, these rules were clear-cut, leaving no room for compromise, while the elder monk seemed to embody a deeper, more flexible understanding of their teachings. As they walked, they came to the edge of a river, its current strong and fast. There, they encountered a woman standing at the riverbank, clearly distressed, unable to cross. She needed help. However, for monks, especially in their tradition, touching women was strictly prohibited as part of their vows. The woman's dilemma presented a challenge that would soon reveal the differing perspectives of the two monks. The younger monk immediately hesitated. His commitment to the rules was absolute. He had been taught that to maintain purity, there could be no exceptions. His mind raced with the implications of breaking his vows if he were to help her. Meanwhile, the elder monk saw the situation for what it was, someone in need. Without hesitation, he picked the woman up and carried her across the river, setting her down gently on the other side. To him, compassion outweighed the rigid adherence to the rule. This act of kindness left the younger monk stunned. He remained silent but troubled as they continued their journey. How could the elder monk so easily break a vow? This inner conflict would soon consume him. As the two monks continued walking, hours passed in silence, but the younger monk couldn't let go of what had happened. His mind kept replaying the moment by the river, growing angrier and more confused. Finally, unable to hold back any longer, he burst out, "We monks are not supposed to touch women. How could you break the rule like that?" The elder monk, unfazed, responded calmly, "I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" His words struck deeply. The younger monk had been holding on to this situation long after it had ended, while the elder had let it go as soon as they crossed the river. In this simple reply, the elder monk revealed the profound wisdom of letting go. The situation with the woman was over, but the younger monk continued to carry it with him, burdened by anger and judgment. The elder monk, on the other hand, had acted out of compassion and moved on, understanding that clinging to the past only creates suffering. This story reminds us that holding on to grudges, judgments, or past mistakes weighs us down. The key is to release them, freeing ourselves from unnecessary burdens and embracing the present moment.
Dear friends, the story of the two monks offers a profound insight that we can all apply to our daily lives. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to hold on to things long after they've passed? We often carry emotional baggage, whether it's unresolved anger, regret for missed opportunities, or fear of what might happen. Just like the younger monk, we carry these burdens even when they are no longer relevant to the present moment. Did you know that holding onto these feelings can affect our well-being? The elder monk, by putting the woman down and moving on, teaches us that we don't need to carry these emotional weights. Holding onto anger, guilt, or stress only leads to suffering. By letting go, we open ourselves up to peace and freedom. Dear friend, the key to letting go lies in mindfulness. Mindfulness allows us to notice the thoughts and emotions we cling to. It helps us step back and ask ourselves, is this serving me, or is it holding me back? When we understand that we don't have to carry every negative thought or feeling, we begin to find clarity and calm in our lives. Like the elder monk, we can respond to situations with compassion and move on without dwelling on them. This is the essence of letting go, allowing ourselves to release what is no longer needed and to embrace the present moment with an open heart. Dear friend, letting go is a process that requires awareness and practice. When you notice thoughts that are causing stress or tension, take a moment to observe them without judgment. Mindfulness helps us see our thoughts for what they are, just thoughts. They don't define us, and we don't need to hold on to them. Dear friend, letting go is a process that requires awareness and practice. When you notice thoughts that are causing stress or tension, take a moment to observe them without judgment. Mindfulness helps us see our thoughts for what they are, just thoughts. They don't define us, and we don't need to hold on to them. Shifting your perspective is also a powerful tool. Rather than focusing on what you cannot change, direct your attention to what you can control in the present. By doing this, you allow yourself to embrace life as it is, rather than as you wish it to be. The elder monk showed us that life is about moving forward with compassion and clarity, not dwelling on things that don't matter anymore. Dear friend, the act of letting go isn't always easy, but by practicing mindfulness and being present, you can release the burdens that weigh you down. The wisdom from the story of the two monks reminds us that we have the power to free ourselves from the past and live more peacefully in the present. Dear friends, as we come to the end of this journey through the story of the two monks, take a moment to reflect on your own life. What are you still carrying that you should have let go of long ago? Is there a grudge, a regret, or a fear that continues to weigh you down? The lesson from the elder monk reminds us that holding onto the past only causes unnecessary suffering. By letting go, we free ourselves to live fully in the present. Dear friend, I encourage you to take a step back and ask yourself, what do I need to release? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can all learn to let go together, finding peace and freedom in our lives. Remember, the past is behind you. Let go and walk forward with peace, just as the elder monk did. Until next time, stay mindful, stay present, and keep moving forward with an open heart. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video on the Motivation Zone at Freedom.